Can you tell me about your artistic process? What typically inspires you to start a piece?
Sometimes it's a story, sometimes it's an idea, sometimes it's a concept, sometimes it's a spiritual encounter. So different things at different times.
Can you describe how you created this piece?
Marasa.
Yeah.
Marasa, well, that's a good question. I don't have things to say. Marasa started with an encounter with the story of the Marasas. The Marasas of spirit and the spirit of twins. In that encounter, I found a lot of links with different aspects of life. So Marasa in the Vodou religion, it's a set of kids that are very lively, very joyful, and that represent a lot of abundance and sometimes even excess, and also amplification. For example, in a ritual, they are invoked right after Legba, which is the door opener, because they help amplify whatever's gonna happen because they double it up. So all those references inspired me to represent that visually, and how to have works that are the same but not the same, things that are complementary, things that are about balance, because for me that's what the spirit is about. And an interesting part of the process was in the making. I usually start my painting with putting gesso on wall canvas. And I had a bit of gesso left in one bucket, so I dropped it all on one painting, and then I pasted the other one on it for a while. Like I kept it like a couple of seconds, and at one point I separated them. It made like a noise, like poof. Like it actually made the noise, and it felt like the Big Bang and creation was happening. And a lot about my thinking about Marasa was about when the one became two, like that moment when the universe had to become two to see itself. And so this is a bit what I was thinking when I was painting this.
Was that the first time you've done that, or have you
Like this?
done similar things?
This I did it conceptually. Doing the gesture was a concept because I was painting Marasa. It's not something I would do if I was painting something else.
Okay.
Not from when you were talking about the significance of Marasa since acquiring in the collection, like we've been able to do a little more research. And do you feel that the Marasa can resonate with people outside of its spiritual context?
Of course, and that's exactly why I painted the way I painted, because it resonates with science, just like I just explained. It resonates with science in many ways, and it resonates with the creative process in many ways. Like Marasa for me, it's a double that helps me paint. It's like I have my being, and there's a double that helps me be in an imaginary world, in a world of thoughts, or that helps me write. So there's a Marasa somewhere, like I have a double soul somewhere who's always painting that I can tap into when my body is actually painting. Whoever you are, whether you call it spiritual or not, there's something that helps you do what you do. So for me, Marasa resonates with that idea.
What is your relationship to voodoo, and how does this influence the way you approach voodoo iconography and the stories you tell through your art?
I discovered voodoo when I moved here, and I approach voodoo in a very intellectual way. I haven't been initiated, so I don't know much about the religion itself. However, I've read a lot of books about voodoo, and I've researched voodoo thoroughly, and I listen to voodoo priests that have stuff available online and so on. So I learned about what the metaphysics of the religion is. And I discovered in voodoo a body of knowledge that was beyond the religion. And I realized that I was experiencing part of that body of knowledge already just by growing up in Haiti. Like listening to certain music, eating certain foods, dressing a certain way for certain occasion, or all those things were embedded in the religion without knowing. So I discovered that I was already living part of the culture. So my work is about discovering that culture and highlighting stuff that I find uplifting in that culture, and also dignify that body of knowledge because it had suffered a lot of discrimination, a lot of oppression to this day. However, it's a very rich body of knowledge, and there's a lot in it to gain in all kinds of fields. So I made myself an ambassador of that culture through painting.
How do you navigate between different languages, so Haitian Creole, French, and English in your life and also your art practice?
It's natural. I grew up speaking French and Creole. I have two mother tongues, for real. It's French and Creole. And my mom was an English teacher. So I learned English early through her, just by being around her. I find the thing about speaking different languages, I find that some things can be translated. And because the words in that language carry a certain force, carry a certain energy and a certain vibration. Like, I couldn't call Marasa twins, because twins doesn't have that energy that comes with it. When I say Marasa, there's a whole history. There's something called manger Marasa, where the family cooks certain things for the Marasa and everybody has to come and eat them. So if someone is used to that, when they see Marasa, they think about rituals where they had good food on the table that they couldn't eat before the spirit had to eat before them, and so on. So it evokes more than just twins. For that reason, I use languages in a very fluid way, especially my titles.
We also noticed on the back of the canvases that you signed CAD.
Yeah.
And it's also on like your website and social media. And we were wondering what the significance of CAD.
That's my signature. That's how you know I made it. And it's a play of sound on my initials in French. Clovis-Alexandre Desvarieux, CAD.
Yeah.
So it's my way of showing it's my painting. I used to use it as a public name, but I like it being when you know, you know.
So you're a founding member of Atelier Good People, and we're wondering what have you learned from that experience in working with other artists?
Oh, Atelier Good People is in my veins and it defines my art. It's where I started painting. It's basically my apartment. I was in a very blurry stage in my immigration process where I was out of a work permit, but I wasn't a permanent resident yet. So I couldn't work and I couldn't go to school. And some of my friends were in similar situation at that time. So we had to find something to keep ourselves sane. To answer your question, it taught me resilience. It taught me how to have faith. And it taught me that we can find beauty in difficult situations. And I think I represent a lot of what Atelier Good People is because of my career, but Atelier Good People is way more than me. One of the beauty of the Atelier Good People is that we tried stuff without knowing anything. Like, we made a show without knowing what a show was in Montreal, so we just had the space, we made a show. We shot a movie without a budget. So we funded the film with donations of our friends to pay actors So it was a very interesting moment where I learned how to make things happen.
Awesome. That was lovely. Thank you. And then how does it feel to see your artwork here in a sort of...
Crazy!
Yes.
Crazy. No, here it's insane because it's a public space. It is a very old collection. It's amazing. It's amazing in many ways. It's meaningful. It's very meaningful for me, and I'm honored.
One last question is, what are you currently exploring in your practice?
I'm thinking a lot about the reforestation in Haiti and how to grow stuff and how to grow stuff that people can live with. Like, I'm thinking a lot about food forests. I'm thinking a lot about permaculture. And I'm linking it with the spirits of Vodou.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And we're so excited to see your project as well.
You're welcome. Pleasure. Thank you for having me.